You're chasing a lie. The samurai knew the truth about life. David Morrison had everything the world told him to want. At 36, he lived in a sleek downtown loft with floor-to-ceiling windows. He drove a Tesla. He worked at a prestigious consulting firm where he earned $280,000 a year. He had a beautiful girlfriend named Amanda, a circle of successful friends, a gym membership he actually used, and a vacation home in the Hamptons. His Instagram showed a life of brunches, beach sunsets, and champagne toasts. His LinkedIn profile read like a highlight reel of achievement. By every metric society offered, David had one. Yet every Sunday evening, as the weekend ended and Monday loomed, David felt a creeping dread that he couldn't explain or escape, a quiet voice that whispered, "This isn't it. This can't be all there is." He ignored the voice. Everyone felt that way sometimes, right? The Sunday scaries were normal. Besides, he had goals to chase. The promotion to senior partner, the $500,000 salary milestone, the engagement ring he was saving for, the life upgrade that would finally make him feel complete. That was the lie, the beautiful, seductive lie he'd been chasing since college. The next achievement will be the one that finally satisfies. The next milestone will fill the emptiness. The next upgrade will bring lasting happiness. It never did, but he kept chasing anyway. It was a Tuesday morning commute when David's life intersected with truth. The subway was packed. As always, David stood wedged between a teenage girl with headphones and an elderly Asian man in simple clothes. The old man was reading not on a phone, but an actual book. Worn pages, handwritten notes in the margins. David, instinctively checking his phone for the 30th time that morning, noticed the book's title, Hogakuer, the Book of the Samurai. Interesting read, David asked, just to fill the silence. The old man looked up. His eyes were calm, almost unnervingly present. "Ah, you know it. I've heard of it. Samurai code or something?" "The samurai understood something your world has forgotten," the old man said. His accent was slight Japanese, but smoothed by decades in America. "They knew the difference between what is real and what is lie." David smiled politely. "Great, a philosophy professor on the morning commute. You chase many things, yes?" The old man continued, not waiting for an answer. "Career, money, status, love, happiness, always chasing. The samurai would say, you chase a lie." "That's pretty cynical," David said, mildly offended. "Ambition isn't a lie. Ambition is not lie. But what you chase with ambition, that is lie." The old man closed his book. "You believe next achievement brings satisfaction. This is lie. You believe more possessions bring security. This is lie. You believe perfect relationship brings completion. This is lie. So what? I should just give up. Stop trying. Live in a cave. No. You should stop chasing lies and start living truth." Before David could respond, the old man reached into his bag and pulled out a business card. Simple white cardstock with black text. Takeshi Yamamoto to traditional Japanese philosophy first session. Free on address in Brooklyn. A phone number? "You are drowning in comfort," Yamamoto said, handing David the card. "Come Thursday evening if you want to learn to breathe." The train stopped. Yamamoto bowed slightly and left. David looked at the card. His first instinct was to throw it away. He didn't have time for philosophical nonsense. He had a presentation to prepare, a client dinner, a weekend trip to plan with Amanda, but that quiet voice whispered again, "What if he's right? What if you're chasing something that doesn't exist?" David pocketed the card. That evening, David sat across from Amanda at their favorite Italian restaurant. Expensive wine, candlelight, perfect ambience. But he couldn't focus. Yamamoto's words kept echoing. "You chase a lie. You're distracted," Amanda observed. "The Henderson deal." "No, just thinking about." How could he explain? That a stranger on a train had suggested his entire life was built on illusions. That maybe the promotion he was killing himself to get wouldn't actually make him happy. That their relationship, as picture-perfect as it looked on social media, sometimes felt more like a performance than a connection. "Nothing important," he said. They finished dinner, took a selfie for Instagram, went home and had efficient scheduled sex before Amanda headed to her own apartment. They weren't living together yet, both too busy with their careers. After she left, David sat alone in his expensive loft, looking at the city lights through floor-to-ceiling windows, and felt profoundly, desperately lonely. He pulled out Yamamoto's card. Thursday evening, 2 days away? He could spare an hour, right? Worst case? It was a waste of time. Best case? What? He'd learned some ancient wisdom that would magically fix his life. He almost laughed at himself. But he sent a text to the number anyway. "This is David. We met on the train. I'd like to take you up on that free session Thursday evening." The response came immediately. 6 p.m. "Bring your certainties. You will leave them there." David had no idea what that meant. But Thursday evening, instead of his usual routine of client drinks or gym or networking, he took the subway to Brooklyn. Yamamoto's dojo was a small, spare room above a grocery store. No furniture except cushions on tatami mats. A single scroll on the wall with Japanese calligraphy. Incense burning in the corner. Yamamoto sat on a cushion, waiting. He gestured to the cushion across from him. "Sit." David sat, feeling awkward and out of place in his business casual clothes. Before we begin, Yamamoto said, tell me, what do you want from life? David had rehearsed this question 1,000 times in job interviews and personal development workshops. I want success, financial security, a meaningful relationship, to make an impact, to be happy. These are not wants. These are things you were told to want. What do you want? That is what I want, is it? Or is it what you think you should want? Yamamoto poured tea into 2 small cups. The samurai made distinction. They asked, is this desire mine, or is it planted by others? Is this goal real, or is it illusion? How do you tell the difference? Simple test. Close your eyes. David closed his eyes, feeling ridiculous. Imagine you achieve everything on your list, Yamamoto instructed. The promotion, the money, the perfect relationship, the beautiful life. You have it all. Now, does the voice inside you that whispers this isn't enough go silent? Or does it get louder? David sat with that question. In his imagination, he saw himself as senior partner, in a bigger apartment, married to Amanda, with more money in the bank. And that quiet dissatisfaction, it was still there, maybe louder. It doesn't go away, David admitted, opening his eyes. Of course not, because what you chase is lie. The first great lie, external achievement brings internal peace. Yamamoto sipped his tea calmly. The samurai understood. Peace comes from within, or not at all. You can pile up achievements like stones, build mountain of success, and still be empty inside. This is truth modern world denies. So what? Achievement is meaningless. No, achievement is fine, but believing achievement will save you, this is lie. You chase promotion to feel valuable. You chase money to feel secure. You chase relationship to feel complete. But valuable, secure, complete, these come from inside, or they never come. David felt defensive. So I should just accept being mediocre. Stop trying. You should try for right reasons. Samurai trained hard, pursued mastery, achieved greatly, but not to fill emptiness inside. They knew, if you are empty inside, no external achievement fills you. If you are full inside, no external achievement is needed. That's easy to say when you're not trying to survive in the real world. Yamamoto smiled. I worked 30 years in corporate America, executive at major tech company, made millions, lost it all in 2008 crash, tried to kill myself. He said it matter-of-factly. That is when I learned, the life I was chasing was beautiful lie. The life I was avoiding was ugly truth. David sat very still. The lie said, success will make you happy. The truth said, happiness is choice available now, or not available ever. The lie said, you need more. The truth said, you already have what you need. You just don't see it. Over the next hour, Yamamoto systematically dismantled David's entire worldview. The second great lie. You know what you want? Yamamoto pulled out a piece of paper. Write down 10 things you want. David wrote. Quickly. Promotion to senior, partner, $500,000 salary, marry Amanda, buy house, financial freedom, difference, travel the world, be fit and healthy, be happy, good, Yamamoto said. Now I tell you what you actually want. Not surface want. Deep want underneath. He went through the list. Promotion. You actually want validation that you are good enough. Money you actually want. Safety from fear of scarcity. Marriage you actually want. Proof you are lovable. House you actually want. A symbol of having made it. Financial freedom you actually want. Escape from feeling trapped. Respect you actually want. Confirmation of your worth. Make a difference you actually want. To know your life matters. Travel you actually want. Escape from unsatisfying daily life. Fitness you actually want. Approval and control. Happiness you actually want. To stop feeling inadequate. David stared at the list, feeling exposed. See the pattern? Yamamoto asked. Everything you chase is attempt to fix how you feel about yourself. You chase external things to solve internal problems. This never works. This is why you can achieve and still feel empty. So what's the solution? The third great lie. The solution is somewhere out there. The solution is only ever here. He tapped his chest. And how you relate to yourself, to this moment, to what already is. Yamamoto stood up and went to the scroll on the wall. This is ancient samurai teaching. Do you know what it says? David shook his head. It says, the warrior who chases victory becomes slave to battle. The warrior who accepts what is, becomes free. The samurai knew, when you chase outcome, you become prisoner of outcome. When you accept moment, you become master of moment. That sounds like giving up, does it? Or does it sound like freedom? Yamamoto sat back down. Right now, in this moment, you are chasing dozens of things. The promotion, Amanda's approval, your body looking better, your friends' envy, your parents' pride. You are slave to all these things. They control you. They determine whether you feel good or bad about yourself. Isn't that just life? No, that is prison you built. Life is available right now, exactly as it is. If you stop chasing illusions and start seeing truth, let me show you your lies, Yamamoto said, with specific examples. The relationship lie. You say you love Amanda. But do you? Or do you love idea of Amanda? You love how she looks on your arm, how she makes you look successful, how your friends envy you, how she fits into story you tell yourself about who you are. David wanted to protest, but something made him pause. When had he last connected with Amanda as a real person, not as a fixture in his perfect life narrative? Real love is seeing person as they are, not as they fit into your story. When did you last ask Amanda about her fears, her doubts, the parts of herself she hides? Never. The answer was never. The success lie. You chase promotion to senior partner. But why? You already make good money. You already have respect. What does promotion actually give you? It's the next step. Career progression to where? To what end? You know senior partners at your firm? Are they happy? Are they fulfilled? Or are they chasing next thing? Just like you. David thought of the senior partners he knew. Most were divorced, stressed, looking older than their years, always on their phones, always chasing the next deal. The lie says, next level brings satisfaction. The truth says, same person at next level feels same dissatisfaction, just with bigger bank account. The happiness lie. You put be happy on your list. But what is happiness to you? I don't know. Feeling good? Satisfied? Content? You define happiness as feeling. But feelings change constantly. Chase feeling of happiness. You become slave to mood. One day happy, next day not. Exhausting. The samurai knew. Happiness is not feeling. Happiness is acceptance of what is, regardless of feeling. So I should just accept being miserable. No, you should accept that sometimes you feel miserable. Sometimes happy. Sometimes anxious. Sometimes peaceful. All feelings are temporary weather. You are the sky, not the weather. When you chase happiness feeling, you become prisoner of weather. When you accept all weather, you become free. David sat in silence, processing. Here is truth, the samurai understood. Yamamoto continued. The fourth great lie. Somewhere else is better than here. Sometime else is better than now. You live entire life in when. When I get promoted, when I have more money, when I find the right person, when. But when never comes. Because when arrives, you just create new when. So what's the alternative? Just be content with whatever I have. No. Build, create, achieve. But from place of already enough, not yet enough. Work toward things because you choose to, not because you need them to feel okay. This is what samurai did. They trained hard, pursued mastery, achieved greatly, but not to fix themselves. They already knew they were okay. Training was expression of that, not compensation for its absence. David left Yamamoto's dojo feeling disoriented, like someone had pulled a thread and his entire worldview was unraveling. That weekend, Amanda wanted to go to the Hamptons. David went through the motions, the expensive dinner, the beach photos, the perfect couple performance. But he kept seeing the lie underneath. The dinner wasn't connection. It was performance for other diners, for their Instagram feed, for the story they told themselves about being a successful couple. The beach photos weren't about enjoying the beach. They were about curating an image of enjoying the beach. Even their conversations were performative. They didn't talk about real things, fears, doubts, dreams. They talked about logistics, gossip, and plans. Sunday night, as they drove back to the city, David asked, Amanda, what are you afraid of? She looked at him strangely. What do you mean? Just, what scares you? What keeps you up at night? I don't know. The usual stuff. Work stress. Getting older? Why? I'm just realizing I don't really know you. Not the real you. I know the version you show the world, but not you. Amanda was quiet for a long time. Then, I don't think I know the real you either. I'm not sure I know the real me. It wasn't an accusation. It was an admission. And in that admission, something shifted. Monday morning, David sat in his office looking at his calendar. A week packed with meetings, client calls, strategic planning sessions. All of it suddenly felt hollow. He opened his desk drawer and pulled out the promotion packet he'd been working on for months. His case for why he deserved to be senior partner, all his achievements, his value add, his strategic contributions. He read it over and felt nothing. Not pride, not excitement, just emptiness. His phone buzzed. A text from Yamamoto. You are seeing the lies now. This is uncomfortable. Most people retreat to familiar prison. Will you? David stared at the message. He could go back, bury the discomfort under more achievement, more distraction, more chasing. Or he could. What? He didn't even know what the alternative looked like. He texted back. I don't know what to do with this. Everything feels fake now. Yamamoto. Good. You are waking up. Come Thursday, we talk about living in truth instead of chasing lies. That evening, David had dinner with his parents, something he did once a month out of obligation. His father, a retired banker, asked the usual questions. How's work? Any news on the promotion? When are you proposing to Amanda? David heard the questions differently now. They weren't questions. They were expectations. Requirements. The scorecard by which his father measured whether David was successful. Dad, David heard himself saying, what if I don't want the promotion? His father laughed. Don't be ridiculous. Of course you want it. It's the natural next step. But what if the natural next step isn't what I actually want? His father's face hardened. David, Don't throw away your career on some midlife crisis nonsense. You're doing well. Stay the course. But am I doing well? Or am I just checking boxes on a list someone else made? The dinner ended badly. His mother tried to smooth things over. His father was cold and disappointed. Driving home, David felt something unexpected. Relief. He'd spoken a truth. A small truth, but truth nonetheless. Thursday evening, David returned to Yamamoto's dojo. You are questioning everything now, Yamamoto observed. Everything feels like a lie. My job, my relationship, my goals, even my friendships there, all people who chase the same lies I chase. We bond over our prisons. Good. This is Satoru awakening. The moment you see the lies clearly, most people run from this moment. Back to comfortable illusions. You are still here. Why? Because I can't unsee it now. And I'd rather face uncomfortable truth than live comfortable lie. Yamamoto smiled. Then you are ready for the fifth great lie. You can think your way to truth. You cannot. Truth is lived, not thought. Today, I teach you how to live in truth. Practice 1. The truth of this moment, sit Yamamoto instructed. Close your eyes. Now, what is actually true right now? Not your thoughts about now, not your judgments. What is actually objectively true? David closed his eyes and paid attention. I'm sitting on a cushion. I can hear traffic outside. My back is slightly uncomfortable. I can smell incense. I'm breathing. Good, now add. What feelings are present? Anxiety. About work. About Amanda. About my life falling apart. Good, but notice the anxiety is present. It is not truth about your life. It is just feeling arising in this moment. Can you sit with anxiety without believing its story? David sat with it. The anxiety that insisted something was wrong, that he needed to fix things, that he was failing, without believing it or fighting it, just letting it be there. Strangely, it began to dissipate. See, Yamamoto said, anxiety tells story. Your life is falling apart. You are failing. You must do something. But the truth of this moment is, you are sitting safely in a room, breathing. The anxiety story is happening, but it is not truth. It is just story. Now we practice truth in action. What do you need to do this week? Real needs, not false needs. David thought, I need to eat, sleep, go to work. That's actually about it. Everything else? Everything else is serving the lies. Networking to advance career, working late to prove I'm valuable, maintaining image on social media, planning perfect dates with Amanda to convince myself we're happy. So this week, you practice. Do only what is real. No performing, no image, no chasing, just real actions from real needs. See what happens. Practice 3. The truth of relationship tonight. You will go to Amanda. You will tell her truth. Not to hurt her. Not to fix relationship. Not to make anything happen. Just to speak truth and see what emerges. What truth? That you have been performing relationship instead of having relationship. That you don't know the real her, and she doesn't. David's chest tightened. What if she leaves? Then she was in love with your performance, not with you. Better to know now. But maybe she is also tired of performing. Maybe she also wants truth. You won't know until you risk it. That night, David met Amanda at her apartment. Instead of going out as planned, he asked if they could just talk. Amanda, I need to tell you something, and it's going to sound strange. She set down her phone, giving him her full attention. Okay, I've been lying. Not about big things. About everything. I've been performing this role of successful boyfriend with perfect life. But I don't know if I actually want the things I'm chasing. The promotion, the image, and Yvette. And I realize, I don't really know you. The real you, and you don't know the real me. Amanda was quiet for a long time. Then, I've been doing the same thing, really. I accepted your dinner invitation 3 years ago, because you looked good on paper. Successful, ambitious, someone my parents would approve of, someone who fit my plan. But I don't know if I actually love you. I don't know if you love me. We've been playing these roles, and I don't know where the roles end and we begin. It should have been devastating. Instead, it was liberating. So what do we do? David asked. I don't know, but I'm tired of pretending. Can we just try being real for a while? See what's actually here. They stayed up until 2 a.m., having the most honest conversation of their relationship. Amanda talked about the pressure she felt to be perfect girlfriend, perfect daughter, perfect career woman. David talked about the emptiness behind his achievements. They didn't solve anything. They didn't decide anything. They just spoke truth. And in that truth, something real emerged for the first time. The next Monday, David went to his boss and withdrew his application for senior partner. Are you serious? His boss asked, stunned. You're our top candidate. This is career suicide maybe. Or maybe it's life restoration.